Papa kitoko, oh papa salisa bana Kongo, Nzambe aponi yo bibundeli na biso, se Biblia na losambo, tolia mama sadai, Nzambe aponi yo salisa bana Kongo, Nzambe aponi yo tozalaki na bombu na bandeko na biso, loposo moindo lelo lobi ekosila esili.
Shalom, shalom, umevora. Good evening to everybody. Shalom, shalom to you on YouTube, Facebook. So 1 second, I just want to fix something with the internet. So I think it's good now. Shalom, shalom, Chief Rabbi Moshe Yitro. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Deoshi Media. Shalom, shalom, Chief Rabbi Yishai Moshe. Shalom, shalom to all of you. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom also. Rabbi Zechariah, shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom to all of you. Very, very happy to see you this week. And Bezrat Hashem, we will do like we do now for 2 weeks to have our limud about the parashat of the week. And the purpose, like we have said last week, is to see every time, every single time, thanks to the work of our sages, the work of our tremendous tzaddikim, to find some explanation, some hints, some information about our population, our community, thanks to the work of Torah, thanks to the commentary of our tzaddikim, and always to be very efficient, always to be very concrete about the solution that need to be brought up in front of all the situation, all the sometimes tragedy, or sometimes question, sometimes interrogation that we have, Bezrat Hashem. So Let's start. We are in the Parashat Shelekh Lekha. We know all the situation about this parasha. Basically, it's the moment when Moshe will be obliged in a way to send the spies, to check about the situation of the land of Canaan. Shalom, shalom, Chief Rabbi Nathan and Hanan, shalom, shalom. So Moshe will send the spies, and
Shalom, shalom, Yeshiv Rabbi Pinchas.
shalom, shalom. And we all know what's going to happen and so on. So my purpose tonight or today for the people who are in other time zone will be to open one very important topic and to find a solution, to find an explanation about what I call the poverty connected, linked to the existence, to the DNA of the, let's say, Afro communities, Afro countries, Afro tribes, Bantu tribes. Put the word that you want. But let me maybe explain more what I mean behind that word poverty. First of all, we have the basic level. When we look at Africa, when we look at the situation in African countries, we see that poverty, I will not say is everywhere, because when you go to very rich neighborhood, you can have the sensation that you are maybe in the United States or in Europe. But let's say we see mainly that 80-90% of the countries are poor. When we talk about that poverty, we see that not enough food, not enough financial independence, not enough money to fulfill the basics needs. When we go, for example, let's take two extreme. We go to United States. Many people will say, no, thanks God, Baruch Hashem, we have no problem of poverty in United States. Let's say the people who will be from the African American community, if they are poor, it's because of the situation of their life, the choice they have made, and some mistakes, and this is the reason why. So we cannot take anything general about this country. I say it's wrong, and we will explain all these points. Why? Because poverty doesn't mean that you don't have anything. Poverty means also that you are not the one who decide about your own possession. You are not the one who decide about your own money. Let me give you an example. We have few billionaires from the African Americans who are known. But when they are not working according to the system, you can see that that power of finance that they had is handled by other people. So basically, their money is not theirs. You have money, but your money is not yours, because it's yours if you respect a frame of work, a frame of tasks. Same thing for Africa. You can see countries who have tremendous wealth, but you are not handling. Other people are handling for you. For me, this is poverty. Because poverty, for me, is the opposite of freedom. Because when you have your own possession, what's happened? You are free. You decide about what you want to do and how you want to do it. So in a way, we have the very same situation from Africa to America. We are not the oldest. We are not the masters. We are not the handlers of the final handlers of our possessions. Let's take the example for example. Let's take the example of Kanye West. I have no connection with him. the things he's doing is nothing to do with our Torah. But I noticed, I tried to look from far. I see someone who is talented in his work. I see someone who is a genius in terms of business. And I see someone who said something. I see someone who had some opinion. And in a few days, whole the major part of his wealth was swallowed. It means, okay, all the color cover to you, Kenny West, but you are not the master of your money. You are not the one who provide for yourself. Same thing for all this tremendous country in Africa, Congo, with all the wealth of world, Nigeria with all the oil. You can add South Africa and so on. How come you have so much wealth in your soil and you are not handling it? This is what we call in the mindset of our sage poverty. You are not the master of your belongings. Because at the final day, someone is decided for you if you deserve more or less. I will not enter who are the someone and who decide it's not my purpose at all. I want with you to understand what is behind that. How come that the Bantus Israelite or the Israelite Bantus choose the side you want? How come that we have the same problem no matter in which continent we are dwelling, no matter where we are finding ourselves, no matter where we are going? Yes, we can enjoy our life with 80% of you handling your real possessions. Yes. But if you are real with yourself and you sit few minutes, you will see that you are not the master of the finance. You are not the master of the economy. You are not the master of the system, at least of your system where you are handling. Did you get all my words in this introduction? You see what I'm questioning. Is it okay till now before we start?
Yes, Chief Rabbi Pinchas. I hear every word and I
Toda
understand every word.
Rabba. So now, because the Torah of Israel is holy, is pure, and that we have answers about every single problem touching from close or from far the Am Israel, you have to know that the Parashat Shelekh Lekha is hiding all the answers behind that. And this happened in a certain way, and we're going to try to see it. For that, we're going to take the book of Kadosh called Shar HaMitzvot. In this book called Shar HaMitzvot, Kadosh is basically taking parasha after parasha and is talking about the main mitzvah which is discussed in the parasha. And from that main mitzvah in the parasha, he will explain some very deep concept. When I say deep concept, when I say secret, when I say behind, don't think that we are talking about a deep way to think or a deep way to understand things. No, no. We are talking about the spiritual definitions of the reality, the spiritual definitions of the situation where we are, the spiritual definitions or reality of what we are facing. So let's go and see. And after we're gonna dig. Shar HaMitzvot, Parashat Shelekh Lekha. Here is my screen. Like you can see, I try to see if I can make it like swig. Make it bigger. 1 second. Okay. Do you see the text well? Is it okay if I keep the screen small like that? Do you see the text?
Yes, Rabbeinu.
So that. Let me maybe try to make it bigger, like this. No one will be bothered. Okay. Like this, you can read with me. So Akadosh say like this. He said, Parashat Shelekh Lekha, Shar Mitzvot. He said, Din Achala. So, he said, look, we're going to talk about the halachot and the laws concerning the challah. What is the challah? It's the bread that used to be made in the Mishkan. And that bread was made by the high priest. They were 12, let's say, and were changed every Shabbatot. And the challah is also the name of the bread we use for Shabbat. And he said, look, there is some laws about challah. He said, Ketiv, Reshit Arisotechem, challah tarimu. He said, look, the first dimension, the first aspect, the origin, the beginning or the first aspect of the dough that you prepare for your bread, that dough, you have to rise it up. Tarimu, leharim, it's to rise up. So that's why you will see that when women, they are preparing the challah, they make the dough, and they will take a part of the challah, and they will say, according to Nusar Afriki, Minagya Mikubalim, they said, Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam, asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'afrish challah teruma. She removed that piece from the principal dough, and after she rise it up, are zo challah. Here is the challah. So what is the law behind? So look, he said, הנה, החלה היא רומזת בשם הפנימי דחוכמה דנוגבה. Oh, he said, look, chala is an allusion to the inner name of the feminine dimension of chokhmah. I repeat, Shalom Shalom Rabbi Yochanan. Ari Kadosh said to you, you see that dough that you prepare in order to bake it and to make your challah, your bread, that first part that will remove and rise up in order to say this is reserved, this is consecrated. He said the dimension of the spiritual dimension of that dough is the feminine aspect of the wisdom of the chokhmah. So I'm asking to you, this place called feminine aspect of wisdom, this place called feminine aspect of chokhmah, does it remind you something? We have seen lately.
Isha Kushit.
Toda Rabbah. Last week we have seen that the Isha Kushit, Adonia, that black woman that Moshe married first when he was the king of Cush. Ayakadosh said in his book, her spirituality was rooted in the place we called Malchut of Chokhmah, or if you want, the feminine dimension of the wisdom. And here, Ayakadosh come again. He said, look, the challah that you are baking, this is the same situation. That challah that you will remove, is connected to that very same spirituality, the feminine aspect of wisdom, meaning we are dealing here with the materiality of that Isha Kushit. We are dealing here with the incarnation, the physical incarnation, one of the physical incarnation of that Isha Kushit. So look what the archaeologist said. He said, that chala, that part of dough that you remove, the pnimi de chokhma de nugva, de zak, הנזכר בדרוש שמות הספירות, והוא שם יוד כו' K. He said like this. He said, you have to understand that when we talk about that chala, when we talk about a spiritual identity, everything which possesses a spiritual identity possesses also a spiritual name behind it. So that part of dough that we remove before the baking of the global challah, it's also called challah. And he said, what is the DNA, the spiritual light inside? He said, it's simple. You take the name Yud Ke Vav Ke, but you write it down according to the phonetics. So when you write Yud, it's Yud, Vav, and Dalet. The He, the sound He, you write it He, Aleph. The sound Vav, you write it with two Vavs. And the sound He, you write it with two He. So what's happened? We have Yud, Ke, Vav, Ke. But when we write this name in this way, we have to count the value of each letters. 10 plus 6 plus 4, this is 20. Hey plus Aleph, it's 5 plus 1, this is 6. So here we have 26. Vav and Vav, it's 12. 6 plus 6. Hey plus Hey, it's 10. So 12 plus 10, it's 22. So the numerical value of all this spiritual name, this is not a name, it's a light, which is inside of that part of dough that remove, it's 48. 48, it mem chet. Does this remind you something?
It reminds us Ham.
Toda Rabba. So Hakadosh is telling you, look, the mitzvah of the dough is spiritual localization. It's in the place of the Isha Kushit. And its inner light has the value of Cham. What he's saying to us here, he said, look, there is something hidden in the relationship between the Bnei Cham, among who we have the Kushite, Mitzrayim, and so on, and so on, and so on, and the dimension of challah, of bread. Keep this in mind. Just see a bit what he's saying. So he said, ולכן שיעור החלה אחד ממה חלקים. He said very simple. From that logicality, here is the way you understand the challah you're going to remove? Many people, they enter in machloket. They say, oh, you will be allowed to remove the challah from the principal dough only if you cook 1 kilo of dough, or 1 kilo 700. Here, like you can see, the challah is not connected to the weight of the dough. It's connected to 1/48th of what you're cooking. So if I give you an example, you see, it's like this. We are building. We are coming soon to our main question. So you see, let's say this is the dough, but let's say it's the bread. Let's say all the size of the bread will be considered as 48. Let's say like this. He said, once you understand that, to remove a challah from a dough or a challah from a bread, you will understand why I'm saying that. You have to take one of among the 48. So you divide your challah in 48 parts, and you have to take one aspect, one level, one dimension that you will remove. This is the way you remove the challah. Okay. Let's see a bit. Let's go back. Once we know that, it doesn't help us about our question, but we move forward. And he said, look, העולה gematria mar ולכן שיעור החלה אחד ממר חלקים. So the challah for the מקובלים, the challah for the South African, it's 1/48. So you take your dough, no matter the size, if the dough is enough for your meal, even if it's like this, you think that your dough is representing 48. This is the global challah. And what you remove would be one of that 48. This is the challah that you will raise up. All the system of bread in the Torah, it's connected to Ham. It's connected to Africa. It's connected to Africa. It's connected to Kush. Connected to all the aspects we have seen last week. Meaning, Moshe knew that the work he was doing with the Bnei Kush had a connection with that bread. My first question, have you ever heard that Africans, they have a tradition of bread?
Chief Rabbi Pinchas,
Yes.
I have heard that the first in the first bread recorded in history, it was made in Africa.
Toda Rabba for your answer, because you're going deeper than and faster than me. Shalom Shalom Rabbi Israel Pondol. So Chief Rabbi Nathan Hanan, you have
Shalom,
heard
shalom,
that.
Chief Rabbi.
Shalom Shalom. Shalom Shalom. Chief Rabbi Nathan Hanan, you have heard that the first bread in history was made in Africa. So do we have the recipe till now? Are we the first countries or continent or community known as the masters of, let's say, breads?
We are not.
Toda Rabba. We are not, because, first of all, that very recipe, Chief Rabbi Nathan Hanan, do you maybe remember where this was written? Or where did you get that information?
I cannot. I do not remember Chief Rabbi Pinchas. It many years ago, and one of also Mekubalim, Rabbi Fireman, in my former yeshiva, was talking about this, and I remember I had a book in a yeshiva, but it's many years now. I cannot also remember the title of the book. And it also said it was in Africa, the surgery of an eye was first operated or was done.
We start to answer now to the question, why are we connected? No, sorry. Why poverty is so connected to us? It's because we lost that gift. You know, the recipe of bread was a gift given by Akadosh Baruch Hu. Human beings didn't know how to make breads. This is more for limud that we do on Sunday evening. That was a gift given to the people that Hashem chose to be responsible, to be models, example for the humanity to grow up and to move forward. That recipe is the secret of wealth. From the wheat production till the process of bread. Let's put aside the bread which was coming down from the sky, which is the man. It's another story. We had that recipe in our lands, in our culture. We, the Bantu Israelite, we, the one who were connected to Adam Arishon, we, the one who were reconnected by Yosef and by Yaakov Avinu through circumcision and so on. We, the same that Moshe was handling as a king in Cush. We, the same who went down to Africa once the separation with the kingdom of Judah and of Ephraim happened. We had that recipe. We had that key. But we didn't lost it. That was stolen to us. You want to be the one who handles finance, you have to have a bread recipe. Let's say that bread recipe. That's why you go to Middle East, Israel. What do you have? You have the pita. You go to France. What do you have? You have the baguette. You go to United States. They have bread. They do type of bread. But you try to see among Israelites, Bantu Israelites, which country produce wheat. The only one, the most famous are Egypt, Algeria, and South Africa. And all these productions are not held at all by Bantu Israelites. Okay. You try to find this specific recipe, you even see that there's no culture of bread in that communities. It seems to be a small thing, but look with me how huge it is. We see that bread is connected to what? To wisdom. That bread is connected to wisdom. You cannot be rich with independence if you have no wisdom. And for us, it's sign, it's fact. There is no wealth for the Bantu Israelites without wisdom. To be clever or intelligent will bring you to be like Kanye West. You can be billionaires, but in one day, if you move like this, they will say stop. To have power like all these African presidents, you have big countries, but you even don't have your own money. You're obliged to print your bills and to pay all the colonial countries the taxes. This is all the wealth built from everything except wisdom. That Isha Kushit is not only the story of Moshe married or Isha Kushit. The Isha Kushit is the standard of life. Wisdom. How do we make our money? What do we do with it? And mainly, where are our bread? Where is the recipe? Where is the culture of bread? Or the culture of doing bread? Like we saw before a few weeks, the recipe we had, it's not about wheat. It's about barley. Barley bread. And what did say the sages about barley bread? You remember?
Yes, I remember Chief Rabbi Pinchas a number of properties in a barley.
Yes, but do you remember what was the characteristic of the only bread made with barley?
Rabenu is connected to Sefirat HaOmer to correct the 7 strings of the DNA of man.
But my question is, do you remember what was the characteristic of the only bread made with barley?
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Maybe could it be the firstborn of every bread?
Yes, but what was the identity of the only bread made with barley?
Chochma?
No, the name of the bread.
Ah,
The truma. You remember?
yes. That's
Yes,
true.
it's written here. Tarimu. The same root, truma. So the barley bread was the truma. The bread that Kohen Gadol was putting inside of the Kodesh Kodashim. The 12 bread, it wasn't bread with wheat. It was bread with barley, made with barley. The truma. Have you heard in your countries a story or a tradition with a bread made with barley?
No, Rabbi.
So you see how we really lost our tradition. That barley that we all say that it was used to make the bread called the truma, which is the bread of the Kohanim, said that barley, and the Kohanim, they say, we call them the Chachamim. And every Chacham, every sage of each generation is connected to the Kohen. So when we talk about a challah connected to the Chokhmah, you see how the bread of the Bnei Cham is meaningful, or the bread of the Bantu Israelite is meaningful. So see now with me. He said, ואמרו שזו מידה בינונית, ולכן גם ההוויה הזאת היא הוויה בינונית, חציה מהוויה דמעה, חציה מהוויה דבן. ודע, כי אף על פי שבזמן הזה נסחפת, אין ראוי לסמור על דברי המקילים, להפחש כל שהוא. He said, look, he said, basically, because we still count the Sfirat HaOmer from the back. If people don't know, we are still in. We'll be finished soon. He said like this. He said, when we talk about the challah here in the parasha, this is the order given to the Kohen, right? Have you read the parasha yet or not yet? Did you have the time to read a bit the parasha? Tadikim, are you here or am I freezing?
No, we are with you. That Rabbi, I have not read it in detail.
Okay. So look, let's try to see what is said in the parasha, because we need to understand Shalom Shalom Zohar. We need to understand what's happened. So see with me in the parasha written like this. It said, and Hashem spoke unto Moshe, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye come into the land whither I bring you, then it shall be that when ye eat of the bread of the land, ye shall set apart a portion for a gift unto Hashem. Of the first of your dough, ye shall set apart a cake for a gift, as that which is set apart of the threshing floor, so shall ye set it apart. So when we see maybe Rashi, that is said, one second. So you see, basically, he's giving the order to everybody, including the Kohen. So meaning, when you will do, we know that we have two levels of bread. You have the bread with wheat, and you have the bread with barley. He said, no matter the level where you are, if you are a Kohen, you have to know that your bread with barley, you have to take the portion. If you do your bread with the wheat, you know that you have to take the portion also. But what is interesting here, we see that the bread connected to the Chokhmah is exactly the bread with barley. And that bread with barley, when you know how to make it, you have to take the challah. And he said, Arakadosh said here, he said, please, he said, don't go with the people who are mekilim, meaning they are trying to make that mitzvah very simple. So don't make a big deal with the challah, you take it, you remove. So no. Say you have to be very strict with that mitzvah. Don't go after the people who try to make it look like, oh, it's normal, it's not a big deal. He said, be very strict. Ve'en ra'ui lismoch al. He said, it's not it's not a good idea to trust al divra mekilim, on the speech of the one who want to make things in a simple way. Le'afrish kol she'u. You have every time to remove that challah. Never eat bread without removing that part. This is the beginning of everything. No matter if you will eat bread from wheat or bread from barley, never forget about removing that challah, that portion. אבל צריך להיזהר להפרישה כשיעורה האמיתי. He said, don't think that you take what you want. You take that size, depending on your ends. No. When you take in your intention, in your kavanah, in your logicality, that portion should be 1/48. That's it. You have to think about it. If you are not thinking about it, you are among the one we call the mekilim, the one who do things. It's not a big deal. Take what you want. No, take it. Think. Okay, all this challah, it's 48 cham, and I have to remove one portion of it, which is 1 of 48. Here is arezo challah. Why all this? Because this is the beginning of wealth. This is the beginning of wealth. You want to know how important is bread? This is the beginning of wealth. You can have gold. Remember, you want to know how bread is important. Look with me. Look with me. A secret that you forget. Look. Something you know, but you didn't pay attention. See. Gemara, Masechet, Tamid. We go back again on this Masechta. Remember, we go fast. It said like this. We are about the story of Alexander the Great arriving in the land of Africa. So look what's happened. It said like this. Alexander okay. Instead of fighting them, Alexander said to the women, the Amazonians, then bring me what? Please help me out. Bring me what?
Bread.
Toda. So you, Alexander the Great, you travel all this way. You were about to fight. Shalom Shalom Rabbi Gideon Ben Levi. You are about to fight that Amazonian. So you are ready to start war. And when you see that the women, they are wise. What is that wisdom? You say, look, he came a certain town whose entire population was women, and he wanted to wage battle against them. The woman said to him, is it not your interest to fight? It's not your interest to fight us. If you kill us, people will say, Alexander killed women. And if we kill you, people will say, Alexander is the king whom women killed in the battle. Instead of fighting them, Alexander said to them, bring me bread. You want bread? You don't need water? You don't need wine? You don't need the bison meat? Rabbi Zechariah, you're the king. You don't need the bison meat. You need bread. What bread? What is that bread? You are the richest king in the world, and you want our bread. Have you heard about our bread? Have you heard about our recipe? Of course, yes. That's why they all came in the continent. And they took away from us that leadership of the economy. Because when you have that bread, what do you have? The leadership of the economy, of the worldwide economy. So what did they, look what they, like they said, they brought him bread of gold. You see? Say, take, here's the bread. This is, yes, Toda Rabbi Zechariah, yes. This is related to money. Because you see all this discussion in the Gemara between Alexander the Great and the Amazonians. Give me bread. Here's bread of gold. You eat bread of gold? No, you want the bread we eat. This is the secret of the financial power and the financial independence. Bread is money. We will see how in a few seconds. He said, the woman brought to him bread of gold. Open a table of gold. Why? Because you eat bread on the table. Alacha, you don't eat bread by walking. It's asur to walk eating bread. It's asur even for the Mekubalim to eat bread outside. You have to eat bread on the table. So he said, Alexander said to the woman, do people eat bread of gold? Meaning, I know that you don't eat bread of gold. You eat something else. Give me that thing, that something else that you eat. Chief Rabbi Shai said, one of wealth indicator used in France at the time is the price of bread. Yes, price of bread is basically the unit of the economic model. You use it as a reference. So let's go back. He said yes. You once again. Let me know when you will see my screen. Do you see the text or not?
Not yet, not yet.
Vous voyez?
Pas encore.
Okay, let's wait.
Là, c'est bon, là, c'est bon.
Okay, todaraba. So he said to the woman, do people eat bread of gold? What is do people? Look here. Mi achle inashe na'am'a de da'ava. It means like this. I want to take that bread to give to my people. He said, look, they said to him, but if all you wanted was actual bread, didn't you have bread to eat in your own place? It was not for bread that you took up a campaign and toiled and come here. You must have come to increase your wealth. So you see what they said? They said that bread is an economic system. That bread is not the way to become more richer. No. That bread is an economic system. So if you want to have more money, just use your normal bread. Here we are talking about a system. And my question is, why don't answer back, Alexander? Is it a big deal that we discovered that you came for a purpose of money? Okay, it's known. It's a campaign. Yeah, of course you look for money. You want to take money. It's what they're saying. It's normal. I don't know any empire or any president who suddenly decide to go to another country for purpose of holidays or just discovering wisdom. No, people, they go to get more economic possibility, economic openings. Yes, they say, look, you came for that. Why you don't take the gold we give to you? You want our bread. But our bread is not about getting richer. Our bread is about building an independent financial system. You will see that place, you cannot understand it without the Hakadosh we are reading. So see what's happened? Here we go. See what's happened? It's here. Shah Mitzvot. So he said, do the mitzvah of removing that portion of challah in a real way, amiti. Al-pi sod, according to the secret, the mystical, the dimension of intention of the Torah, meaning connected to one portion of 48. He said, if you are not doing that mitzvah of challah, thinking about removing one portion of 48, you are not doing the mitzvah. You are not doing the mitzvah in the real way. Ari Akadosh. Cham. So this is the secret. When you bake, you are ready to bake your bread. Think about who? Cham. What is that cham? At least let's keep it. That dimension of wisdom connected to the Isha Kushite. There is more, but let's keep it at this level. גם צריך להיזהר שלא הסירו השער מן העיסה להצניעו, לחמץ בו עיסות אחרות עד שיפחשו חלה תחילה, לפי שלפעמים לוקחים מעט שעור. You see? He's giving you the secret. For Ari Kadosh, when it comes about challah and what type of flour you will use, he's telling you, what is that? Please help me out.
Seor.
One more time.
Seor.
Toda? Seor. What is seor?
It's the wheat.
No, barley.
Barley, sorry.
Barley. Wheat, it's chita. Barley, it's seora. That's it. So for
Seor
yes.
will have in the Seder during Pesach.
One more time.
A type of Seor is a type of mezonot that's allowed to be eaten on the Pesach period.
Yes, but we saw something else. We saw that the name of barley in Hebrew, it's seora. Chita ve seora. We will not find chita and seora in your house. So seora is the barley. Chita is the wheat. You remember the limud?
Yes, Rabbi.
This is the thing. This is here. Both of them, they are chametz ve mechamtzet. What does it mean? Both of them, they can be chametz or they can be a product who bring things to be chametz. But who are them? Chita and seora. So for Ari Kadosh, he said, look, you are in the Sod, you are in the Nusar Afriki, you are Mekubalim, please. From when who told you to eat bread with flour of wheat or wheat flour? Who told you that we eat bread like that? He's giving you an example. He said, look, when you do your dough with the flour of seora, you see how our things are precise. We know that among the two types of cereals, seora is the firstborn. So it's the chokhmah. And the wheat is the second one, is the bina. He said, look, every single dough we eat, as mekubalim, as nusach afriki, it's seora. I'm not inventing. It's in front of you. Gam tsarir leizaer, and you have to be careful. Shelo yisiru aseor min ha'isa. Le'atzniya lechametz bo isot acherot. You see like this. Sometimes when you are doing your dough, you will have sometime more flour. He said, wait that you have added all the flour you need, and after remove your challah. Don't remove it while you are still doing your dough, because the quantity of one portion of 48 will not be the same. Do you get me? You get it?
Yes, Rabbi.
תודה רבה. Rabbi Nitzar Israel, please be precise about your question, because for 1 hour now we are talking about that portion. So from where did you get us? Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Emmanuel Titu. Shalom, shalom. So let's go further. He said, look, don't remove it. Remove it at the hand. Find the stage. תחילה לפי שלפעמים לוקחים מעט שיעור לעשות ממנו איזה מאכל כנודעה וישכח להפריש ממנו חלק החלאה המעורבת בשיעור ההוא. גם צריך להיזהר כאשר עושים עיסה רכה מאוד, וכשאוכין אותה על הלוח אוכין אותה עם מעט קמח, כדי שלא תתדבק העיסה בלוח ובידם, ולכן צריך לכוון כשמפריש החלה שתהיה דעתו גם על הקמח ההוא הנדבק בעיסה. He said, okay, when you're still doing basically you dough and you had more and more flour of seor, let's say, you have to think that at the final stage you will be removing that portion of challah. Also, when sometimes you have people using, dough to make type of, presentation for, for food or for buffet, you say, be careful. If you're going to eat from that presentation, you have also to remove that portion, 148, which is the challah. וכמו שאמר הר"ן ז"ל במסכת קידושין פרשת אומר באופן שיותר טוב שלא יפריש החלה עד שיערוך עליכם על הלוח, ואחר כך יסחוף החלה. So he say, when you have removed that portion of challah, that one of 48, you have to burn it. Burn it. כל אחד הפרישה מקודם הסחיפה אינו מועיל. גם טוב להיזהר. So good to be careful. כשאוכל פת של מי שאינו מוחזק בכשרות, say, you are eating bread from someone you know is not a master in that halacha. He said, be careful. You have to remove also that portion, even if the bread is already cooked. Even if the bread is already cooked, you have to remove that challah. שיפריש ממנו החלה, do it, קודם שיאכלנו, before you eat it. You are in the house. You don't want to make shame anybody. And you see that, okay, there's the bread. And you see that the balabait, or maybe is maybe not wise about the mitzvot. Before you eat, you think, oh, all the bread in front of me, it's 48. Cham, I'll remove one portion. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvot tzivanu yafrish chalat teruma. Arezo chalat, tak, and you eat the bread. Never forget about that. Let's take more information. קודם שיאכל, ובפרט בפת פלטר, שרוב פעמים אינם זהירים להפריש חלה. So be careful when you know that people are not very religious. גם צריך להיזהר, so be careful. שעושים עיסה לצורך פת, when you do a dough in a purpose to make you bread, הביאה בחסנים שהם כאין כיסין, ממלאים אותם מדבש ואגוזים, וכשיוצא וכן, כשעושים מן העיסה, צפחית בדבש או מנעי לביאות המתלבשות במים, וכן כל כיוצא בזה צריך להפחיש מהם חלה, לפי שתכלאה בלילתן. So it says basically, every single thing you will see around you with all the logicality of being called bread. Everything you know that there's a dough which will be used to make it. You know that dough is used. So be careful. Remove that challah every time. So what happened with the poverty, with the Bantu Israelite or the Israel Bantus? We have forget the culture we had with the bread. That culture was given to us by Kadosh Baruch Hu to make us independent in terms of finance, to lead our countries with a total independence, to build wealth in every part of the world without feeling that the way we're going to claim something, people can close the bank account or can bring our wealth down. They will never have a dependency in the Bantu Israelite till we will not have built a culture, a real culture of bread. What did they knew that Amazonians, till the sage of the south, they said to Alexander the Great, you will not succeed there. They are too wise. And that king of the world is not even able to answer back to someone telling him, you came for a recipe, but you came for gold. Here's the bread of gold and the table of gold. Please go and leave. No, I don't want this. I want another bread. Which type of bread do you want? Alexander didn't get anything, but the other explorators, they came and they get everything. Bread. Of course, there is a basic sense. Of course, there is a secret meaning that I cannot reveal now because the secrets are too deep. Culture of bread. We have lost it so much that most of the Africans, they don't eat bread a lot. Don't eat bread a lot. It's not don't eat bread of wheat, barley bread. We should bring this back to our culture and to do the challah, no matter the bread we're gonna eat. You will see Torah is in front of us. You will see our independence will come back to the Israelite Bantus. You will see. Torah is not lying. Just let's bring back the culture of barley bread with the proper recipe, the proper kavanot, because tell me which type of food in the world Torah is telling you, think about what you are, ham, in that bread. You see, simple mitzvah, deep meaning. חלה לפי שתחילה בלילין. ויען שם צדיק הלב כי הרמב"ם ז"ל וכל הפוסקים ז"ל חלקו לזה. Say, look, he said, הרי הקדוש, don't follow the Rambam here. All these halachot, they are bringing people to be more cool with that mitzvah. Say, no. We are strict because everything for us is standing here. I will explain in 5 minutes why. והייתה קשה ולא רקעה כאין תבשיל, וכמו שאמר הכתוב בפסוקים. So now we're going to jump a bit. We'll jump a bit and we're going to ask a question. Okay, we get it. We got the beginning of answer that to create a dynamic, a real dynamic of spiritual independence in terms of finance and real pillars of economic leadership in the world. To create that, we need to bring back the culture of barley bread in the way of respecting the mitzvah of removing the challah. This situation will automatically bring all the African American houses, all the African houses to understand that Shabbat is a pillar. Because that type of bread are not made to be eaten every time, everywhere, at any time. The challah is best friend is Shabbat table. So you see now how the culture of Shabbat have to come back also in the Bantu Israelite houses. Many of them have chosen other religion. Many of them, they feel that something Hebrew is in their veins, but they don't know how to connect to it. Sometimes fear or anger is blocking their mindset to connect with the Torah Shebel Peh, the oral Torah, because they think that that oral Torah is here to remove the African American story from the Torah. No, I just proved to you the opposite. That oral Torah, when you know it exactly, this is where we make ourselves official. Oral Torah, used with the tools that we have, will never let you sense or feel that you are a second level Jew or a second level Israelite. No, no, no. We are talking here about one of the pillars of the halacha in the Torah. You know what is the challah? The challah is everything. This is the thing that Jewish women, they do when danger is coming. This is the mitzvah that the Jewish women, they do when disaster has eaten the people. After the 17th of October, what do you think the women they did? They meet in houses and they remove the challah. But I was crying. I say, yes, Bezrat Hashem, Hashem will receive. But where is the kavanah? Where is the kavanah? You are removing that challah for the returning of the hostage, for the survival of our people. But where is the kavanah? Do you think about the Bnei Ham? Do you think about the Bantu Israelites when you do that? Because they are dying in the Eastern Congo. They are dying in North Nigeria. They are destroyed by the Boko Haram. They are dying in the Mauritania. You think about them? Brothers. Your own brothers. But people say, no, Kabbalah, you're not Kabbalah. Kabbalah, here is Kabbalah is teaching you what is life. Culture of bread. From the fact of rising barley and make it wheat and make it bread. You want to be independent in this world, just build these things. You want to be rich? Create a factory of barley flour. Create a field of growing up barley and make a very good bread of barley and bring people to understand that that bread is holy and you should not eat it with bad mindset. So now look, when all these things are removed from us, when all these things are far away from our daily life, and we think that it's more important to have billions in our bank account than to understand that that should come with independence. Why Arakadosh is warning us? Why is he warning us? I'll give you a secret. In his book, Arakadosh Shara Gilgulim, is explaining to Rabbi Chaim Vital that Rabbi Chaim Vital possessed a part of the soul of Yosef HaTzadik. Yosef HaTzadik is the one who took care about that Israeli Bantus more than the other, because he went down to the land of Ham, Mitzrayim, became a king there like Moshe also, and made the circumcision. So when Ari Kadosh is explaining that topic to Rabbi Chaim Vital, he's talking to his soul. He says, Iris, this is what you are. So I understand that what I'm telling you, it all of them part of the history that the soul you have had lived. That's why that details are so precise about the Bantu Israelite. Because the Bantu Israelite, they receive in heritage the lands of Ham, Chidush. People don't understand. They don't understand. We receive heritage, every single people, among the nation of the world and also among the Israel, let's say, tribes. Many people ask, they never ask maybe, okay, let's say Yosef and Yaakov, they made converts in Egypt, like we saw in Mitzrayim. My question to you, what is their tribes? Are they among the 12 tribes or not? What do you say? So Yosef create, it's written, they were tremendous in terms of numbers. So Yosef made the Brit Milah, him and Yaakov, they convert all the Am Bnei Israel. They made millions of people, more than the Egyptians themselves. My question is, where is their heritage? Are they among the 12 tribes or not? What do you say? Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Ephraim. Shalom, shalom. What do you say? I'm talking about an information you know, we know. Yosef and Yaakov, they made a lot of conversion, million. Where is their heritage? Which land? Abanim, are you here?
Yes, Rabbeinu.
Do you have any answer? No, Rabbi Mayatitus, yeah, thank you. But Hashem was already the heritage of the Levite. Hashem is the heritage for everybody. But even the Levite, they do have a portion of land inside of every tribe. So my question is, Yosef and Yaakov, I repeat again, they made millions of converts. I think they knew about the heritage of the lands. So my question to you, are they among the 12? Or if not, what is your answer? Where is the heritage?
Shalom, shalom, Rabbeinu.
Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Eliyahu Shimija.
I think the people they converted were the offsprings of Ham, who they met when they entered into Mizrahim.
One more time.
The people they circumcised are the offsprings of Ham, who they met, and they recognized them that these are the offspring of Adamareshon
Mhm.
who lost seed. So they recognize them, so they circumcise them because they know that these are part of the holy sparks of Adamareshon. So
Yes.
they circumcised them and brought them back to that Kedusha which they were destined to be.
Mhm. I agree with you, but my question is simple. It's very concrete. Every single man who is connected to the Torah have to be in a way connected to a tribe. That connection to a tribe gives to you rights on portion of land. So my question is, when Yosef and Yaakov made the conversion, they knew that they were increasing the number of the Bnei Israel. So all these million of people like Sarah Kadosh, where is their land?
Shalom, shalom, Rabbeinu. It's a rest Canaan. I think it's a rest Canaan.
Okay. Toda Rabba, you are going in the great direction. It's very simple. There is two types of heritage. First of all, the heritage is all the land of the Bnei Ham. Why? Because the land of Canaan will be used also as heritage for the Bnei Israel. The land of Mitzrayim and the land of Cush, because Put has no land. The land of Mitzrayim and the land of Cush, it's also their heritage. So let's say that land of Mitzrayim Cush, this is the heritage of the Bantu Israelites. And people think that when they become Jew, they have to fly away from Africa and to remove and to release the part of land that they receive from their parents. Some rabbis teach people like this: you possess lands, okay, sell it. Come to live. Comment c'est possible, quoi, Rabbi? Comment c'est possible, quoi, Rabbi Emmanuel Titus? How is it possible, what, Rabbi Emmanuel Titus? I wait for your question. How is it possible, what? Take your time. Okay. Does the Torah say that there will be a temple in the land of Egypt? Rabbi Emmanuel Titus? No, let's go slowly. My question, does the Torah, the Tanakh, say that there will be a temple in the middle of the land of Cush? The land of Mitzrayim, sorry. The answer is yes. Let's go fast because people are waiting. Ishayahu, Toda Rabba Rabbi Nisresa. Ishayahu said, yes, Ishayahu said, there will be a temple in Mitzrayim. So how can you make a temple in a land which is not yours? And it's an halacha. A temple should be built in Mitzrayim. That's why you have in the Mishnah the Bet Chonio, the son of Shimon HaTzadik, who ran away from Jerusalem, went to Egypt, in Alexandria, I think, and he made a temple there which stood more than the second temple, 460 years. So there is study Torah and to have emotion in what is said to us. The land of Mitzrayim will have the temple. Even if you say, no, it will be in the land of Goshen, no problem. But there are lands which have been acquired and given. The son of Cush, the son of Ham, meaning Canaan, are they a level of election? Yes. Because all the reason why the Bnei Israel went to Canaan, it's because Hashem is not happy. He said, look, you received that land, but you are not doing the work I asked to you. What does it mean? Something was given to them for the land of Canaan. That's why if you go in Israel now, you will say many people are writing in the rail train and so on, Eretz Canaan. They are fighting. They say, no, this is the land of Canaan. So there is a land which was originally given to the son of Ham that have been taken by the Bnei Israel. So you think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will not give a possibility to the Bnei Ham to also have the possibility to have a land which will be chosen twice because the Shuvah is not possible? Autre chose, overthink. When we talk about Yosef, it's written, Yosef acquired all the land of Egypt for Paro. What does it mean? He was the one dealing with the wheat or with the bread business. People are hungry. Oh, you want to come? Buy some wheat, give me some land. Boom, boom. And they acquire all the land of Mitzrayim for Paro. And Paro himself saying, Yosef is the master. The only difference between him and me, it's just because me, I've been chosen as a king. Do we have a place where Yosef is called Paro? I beg, yes. There's a lot of points. So let's go back to the thing. I don't want to lose the final stage. So what's happened? We know that all these million and million of people, where do you put them? Where do you cannot put them among the 12 because they are not born from the 12 kids. So you cannot give to them a part. But Torah come with that things. So let's say you're going to swallow them in one of the tribes. It will not be logical. No tribe will accept. Why? Because in terms of number, they are tremendous. So when they will go somewhere, they will incredibly empower one of the tribe or two of the tribe. Because you cannot divide them among the 12 tribes. How can you separate families? How can you separate cousins? How can you separate nephews, uncles? People have to stay in family. So you cannot say, okay, we're going to take all the million, we'll divide you in 12, and we're going to send you among the 12. No, it's what they did to Africa when they divide the borders. It's not Torah. It's hatred to do that, to separate family because you need space. And no. There's a space. And the second point is that them being the sons of Adam Arishon, they have the heritage of their father. So what is the land of Adam Arishon? What is the land of Adam Arishon?
Ça dépend de quel Adam on parle.
One more time?
Ça dépend de quel Adam on parle.
No, the Adam Arishon of the Torah. What is his land? Gan Eden. It's written, I give to you all this Gan. This is for you. Just keep it. And you messed up, you're kick out. Like exactly the son of Yaakov when they are not playing the game with the land of Canaan. Same thing with the son of Canaan. We've done play the game with the land of Canaan. It's the same. So, also, all these people, Toda Rabba, Chief Rabbi Ishai Moshe, Gan Eden. That's why you see in the Maseret Tamid, where's Gan Eden?
In the land of Cush.
Toda Rabba.
Eretz Kush.
Toda Rabba. Because this is the place where that was given to Adam Arishon. And I can say, they are the lost seeds of Adam Arishon, so they are the sons. So if you're the son of your father, you inherited from your father. So what is your land? At least Gan Eden. And what is outside? What is outside? Eretz Nod. All this is for done by purpose, but we have something here. So what's happened to us when we forget about that culture of barley bread? What's happened to us when we prefer to have money of intelligence more than money of wisdom? What's happened to us when we forget that our skin color and our spirituality, meaning connected to the color of our soul, because there's a color of the soul. And when you get that skin color and you build your life as Israelites, you acquire also that level of chosher, of shachor, of ishakushit. When you forget about all these things, see now what's happened. In the very same text, Arya Kadosh, when he finished to talk about the challah and how you make the mitzvah, he goes straight on another mitzvah. He goes straight on another halacha. So here is where we stopped. You see, here he stopped here. Here he's talking about the kav, explaining the machloket between Hillel, Bet Hillel, and Bet Shammai, that we are talking about the same size. Okay, we jump a bit and see the next halacha. Isur Reyat Ain. He said this is all the halachot that are dealing with what you are looking at. Look. He said, it's written, Ketiv velo taturu achare levavchem. You will not go after your hearts. Exactly what's happened with the Parashat Shelekh Lekha. Taturu, they went to make the tourism. He said, look, be careful about what you do with your eyes. It's written, you will not go after your heart. Ve'achare enechem, and not after your eyes. So now what's happened? He said, look, Ve'ketiv enecha lenocha yabit. He said, it's written that your eyes have to look at good things. The gomer, and it's finished. Da, now you can explain. Da, you have to know. Ki בכתוב הזה נרמז עניין מה שהיה נוהג רב, שלא היה מוציא ראיית עיניו חוץ לדלת אמות. He said, this mitzvah, this halacha of be careful of where you put your eyes, he said this was the behavior of Rav, who was never bringing his eyes more than the 4 meters, the 4 amot in front of him, on his right, on his left. What does it mean? I give you a secret. This is connected to the challah. The one who have that ruchaniut, that spirituality, if they forget about it, you will see one major problem. The problem of looking. That problem that creates the destruction of the black woman, of the Ishakushit, of the woman with Ishakushit spirituality. That is the root of the baby mamas. That is the root of the first woman, first girlfriend, second girlfriend, fourth girlfriend, this thing that you see everywhere in Africa. this is connected. The destruction of the holiness of the African American woman, of the African woman, of the white or yellow woman with the Isha Kushite mindset came from the distance we took with the mitzvah of Chala. Look what he said. He said, look, Rav, when he was walking, his eyes were always kept in the 4 amot. ונודע שאין הסתלקות העין רק או לפניו או לשני צדדים. So he said, first of all, let me explain to you something. When you are a normal man, your eyes can only watch or look in front of you, on your right or on your left. Why is saying that? He said, look, כי ודאי שביות האדם מהלך, because for sure, when a man is walking, אינו מסתכל באחוריו, he is not looking backward. He's not looking at the back. So what's happened? First information. You will see the Bantu Israelite being master of that. We all know when this starts, it's not to talk. Am I lying? Let's be real. Am I lying?
No.
תודה רבה. This is the first problem. When people forget about the holiness that the barley bread brings to them, they forget that the proper way to look is in front, on the right, or on the left, and not like this. Because when you give that look, you are not in the respect of the Isha Kushit. You are not in the respect of the Isha with the Isha Kushit mindset and spirituality. Because the Isha Kushit, you remember where she is? She's here, right? In the brain. You remember? Yes?
Bina of the Kokman.
Toda Rabba. But when you do that, you think that you're looking at the Bina of the Chokhmah? Let's be honest.
You're looking at the Yisod of Chokmah.
Like you said. Yes. You don't look. When you start to have that look, you are no more consider her like someone with that wisdom. You are considering her like a puppet. Chas v'shalom. So he say, look. He say, you don't look backward. להולך בשלושת הצדדים, אלו צריך שלא והולך בשלושת הצדדים אלו, וצריך שלא יושת עיניו חוץ לדלת אמות. Say you have to keep your eyes when you look right, left, or in front, in the 4 amot. What does it mean? We're going to understand. נמצאו ג' פעמים. Dalet, so I say, based on that, because you have 3 axes of looking, of observation, right, left, and in front. And I have 4 meter here, 4 meter here, and 4 meter here. So 4 times 3, it's 12. Yud bet. What is Yud bet? It's like 3 times the name Yud Ke Vav Ke. Achat lefanav, achat leyamin, ve'achat lesmol. So basically, how do you protect your eyes? Always think when you're walking that on your right, before I look at the wall in front of me, I see Yud K Vav K, because you will never be looking at something, let's say sexual, when you have that holy letters in your mind. You can never think Yud K Vav K and watch the back of someone, Chas v'shalom. So this is the way to do to protect your eyes when you're walking in the street. Yud K Vav K, Yud K Vav K. You see them with your eyes. You imagine them with your eyes. Yud K Vav K. Which is what they say here. Free time. Yud K Vav K. One on the right, one on the left. They call, and one in front of you. They call Avaya Yesh Baem Dalet, because in every Yud K Vav K you have 4 letters. What are the 4 letters? They are the 4 meters, the 4 amot. She'em dalet amot, ולכן לא יושת עיניו חוץ מהם. So that's why keep your eyes inside of that area. Keep your eyes inside of that area. Why? Because if you don't know how to keep the culture of barley bread in your life, you will be always brought to look outside of that area. I'm giving you a secret. Every type of situation where you will be taught, yes, come, we have a business for you. Yes, come, we have opportunity for you. Yes, yes, yes. They will always bring you to look outside of that area. The only thing that gives you strength and power to stay in that area is the fact of getting more and more spiritual strength from the body. Because we all know how that financial power, how that economic system get all of these Bantu Israelites who know themselves or forget who they are. How do they get them? It's simple. Sexual scandal. It's simple. They bring you on the Epstein Island. They take a tape of you. You make something wrong one day, the next day, your billions are gone. Am I lying? Somebody talk to me. Am I lying?
No, Rabbeinu. You're saying the
Shalom,
fact.
Rabbeinu. That is exactly what is happening.
Toda rabah. Same thing with politics. You want to be a mayor in Africa? You want to be a prime minister, minister? You want to be in the parliament? We all know how it works, Rabbanim. Let's put the flowery stuff. We all know how it works. You have to bring your eyes out of that area. That's it. This is the proof that the system is not based on what we call the barley bread. That's why in that game, we can never win. Because for us, it's destroying our spirituality. We can never win. We will always be dependent. That's why Hakadosh is putting in the same paragraph that story of removing the challah portion and the way to know how to keep your eyes. All the people, I will not say black people, let's say Bantu Israelite who made it according to this word. They made it. They achieved the billion. They are all hold like this because I can tell you, all of them, they have been brought out of that boundaries. And the day they will move, they will be kicked out. And with shame. And things will be shown. So the truth is, that Bantu Israelite, they will never help you or me. Because their money is locked. Their money is locked. Do you think that Bantu Israelite who made it, who is billionaire, will give you $1 to make Bantus or to make Igbo land better? Of course, they know about Igbos, but have you ever seen a check coming with $1 million for the Igbo village? Let's be real. You will never see. They will never give to you. You think I'm waiting for one man coming giving to us million to empower the chief rabbinate? They will never help us. Not because it's because the system where things are built deserves some situation. And we are not giving satisfaction to that. Because we know how to make our independency and we know how to keep our eyes in that frame. So basically, when a Bantu Israelite, no matter where he lives, is accepting that compromission to put aside his spirituality and to make it, is basically building that child with a big belly and bones, skin on the bones in Africa. It's all what I'm saying. This is the spiritual butterfly effect. What Akadosh made here, he explained to you what is the spiritual butterfly effect of Bantu Israelites who have forgotten about their spirituality, about that mitzvah, that mission of reconnecting themselves to bread culture. So if I want to be like a very hardcore, I say, okay, all the PDDs, all the R. Kellys, all these things, what did they create in terms of spirituality? What you see in the picture of this limud. It's not for purpose because they don't know. Maybe even they are not Bantu Israelite, but even if we know that most of the Bantu Israelites also were sent slaves, so they are culture of bread to have a financial independence. Level 1, start to eat barley bread on Shabbat. Nusa Afrique. Remove from that dough the challah. According to what we have seen, you will see how HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to us that secret of bread will show to you that bread in the Torah is nothing more, nothing less than the economic system, economic wealth, and the economic success. And we finish. ומהם לא אלא תמיד להסתכל בגימל הוויות, אלו שהם גימל מזלה. You see? He said, that free avayot that you put inside around you to keep your eyes, they are the free mazalot. What are the free mazalot? Bene chaye mezone, kids, life, and parnasa. It's written black on white in front of us, but we don't want to study the right books. That's what Hashem. And he said, he said, like I explained to you many times, Beyud Gimel Midot de Vayavor. When I explained to you what's happened when you say Vayavor Hashem al panav vayikra, Hashem, El Rachum vechanun erer apayim rav chesed ve'emet, no tzeh chesed lalafim, no tzeh avon v'pesha v'chata, ve'nake. And in this place, Akadosh explained to you why you should also eat that bread when? Every morning when you come back from the Bet Knesset. So when do we eat that bread? To create that financial power, independence, and success? Every morning after the Bet Knesset. Pat b'melach tochal u'mayim b'mei tishte. you will always eat that bread by dipping it 3 times in the salt. Every morning after the after the tefillah, and every Shabbat. That bread. Just start with that. And you will see that tomorrow, in 6 months, 3 months, we'll start to say thank you to Harakadosh, not to me, to Harakadosh. Thank you for the secret you gave to us, and sorry for the time we took to take your teaching seriously. And he said, כמבוא אצלנו, והגיע ממנו דרחמים, וסוד עיניך לנוחר יביט, לנוחר גמטריה, ג' פעמים, הוויות, העולים, ג' לנוחר שם יביט עיניך ולאו חוצה להם. So to conclude, I will say like this. Many people, they want to explain the poverty of African country, or of African community, of pan-africanism, of African Americans, on the fact that people are cursed. They are cursed, that's why you see them, that and that and that. No. There's nothing about curse here. We have to understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves all the creators that he had created, because we are the expression of his own. The reason of that is the full relationship we have with money. We think that the example of economy that we have in front of us is the model that we have to follow. And there is nothing else beside that. And even if we move forward and we see that inside of that system something is wrong, what do? We close our eyes. We say it's okay. At the end of the day, I will have my Lamborghini. It's human. But not for rabbis, not for tzaddikim like you, not for chachamim like you. We have to dig. Where this poverty comes from, it's come from the fact we lost the culture of bread. How to make it properly, how to eat it, and when to eat it. And for the people who have studied with me the last years, you do know what is inside of the bread. What type of souls come in the type of nourishment that is connected to your ancestors. Because in Parashat Shelekh he said, if you eat your bread and you forget to do the Birkat Hamazon, tremendous thing will happen on your land. Why? Because the ancestor will be allowed to slap you. This is another story. So please, don't accept any says about curse. Just understand that the halakha, the Torah, has been made and given to you and for you. And the solution is inside. And you have to take every single halakha and to use them as tools to create real freedom. That freedom that you get the night of Pesach. And that freedom, it's not limited in the time or in the space. Freedom is freedom. So if I went out from Egypt and the spiritual Egypt is dependence, I don't need to be dependent on financial aspect. I don't need to be dependent on the way I deal with my life. I don't need to be dependent even in the way I deal with my connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So here is the reason why we have what we have. But at the same time, it's the solution, concrete. Try it. If in 3 months nothing new is happening, call me. We're going to make the limud and you will say that what I said is wrong. I know it's not wrong. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen ve'amen. תודה רבה.
Amen, amen, amen. תודה רבה, רבנו, תודה רבה.
Rabbi, one question.
Yeah.
Rabbi, one question. We have a tradition of like me. That's what I do each time I.
Chabakish, we lost you.
Okay. I'm back. I'm back.
Can you
Are you hearing me?
can you repeat again?
I said whenever I make bracha on lechem, well, I always cut a portion to remove, and like one, you can check it if almost like a one out of 48. And this time we'll be asking this: why do we cut a portion to remove? So I'm seeing the teaching from here now that thing we're doing is paraventure. The women did not remove the teruma. They should remove one in the kitchen when they are baking the bread. So we'll also remove again here now.
So there's some part I didn't understand something. You have been taught not to remove the challah?
No. I said when I have a challah on the table to eat,
Yeah.
I cut a portion to remove.
If
So-
your wife or I forget to do it.
No,
Or
normally she does in the kitchen. She does in the kitchen, but I also remove again.
No, if she did, she did. But you have
Okay.
to explain to her how to remove it with the kavanot, with the intention. She take the dough and she say all this dough is 48. It's ham. Okay. Now I will take one portion of that 48. She take that portion. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher k'Hashem tzivanu le'afrish challah truma. Because I know many Ashkenazim came to Igbo land, so they teach you to say le'afrish challah min ha'isa. No, we say challah teruma. And when she remove it, she say arezo challah. And you say amen. That's why you have to be in the kitchen when she will do it. Like this, you connect to the mitzvah and you see how she does.
Yes, Rabban. Yes, Rabban. Please, maybe after the mood, the bracha, you put it for us in the forum, so I can take it and give her to be saying properly. So it doesn't say the one of Ashkenazi anymore.
Yeah, I put the real bracha also in the Sido Sambation. So it's le'afrish challah teruma.
Yes, Rabban. Toda Rabba.
Besimcha rabba. Toda rabba rabba rabbanim tzadikim. Is there any other question? תודה רבה. לילה טוב, שבוע טוב, רבי ישי משה, צ'יף רביי, אלנתן חנן, תודה רבה, רבי ליאושי מידיה, תודה רבה, צ'יף רביי, משה יתרו, תודה רבה, רבי.
תודה רבה, צ'יף רביי.
תודה רבה, ברור תהיה. תודה רבה, צ'יף רביי קיש, מרסי בוקו, תודה רבה, רבנית אלישבע, תודה רבה, צ'יף רביי זוהר, מרסי בוקו, תודה רבה, רבי טיטוס, רבי קטרין, תודה רבה רבה, רבי נצר ישראל, תודה רבה רבה, לרבי אפרים הנשיא, לרבי מלך בן יוסף, תודה רבה, רבי זכריה, תודה רבה, רבי גדעון, רבי דימציקו דברוין, תודה רבה, שבוע טוב ומבורך. See the French speakers on Thursday. So we have a question. I learned from Rabbi Shimon that when I'm not sure that challah was removed from the dough, I should do it before eating the bread. Yes, exactly. This is what we have seen just before. Yes, this is the way to do. So you have been you have been well taught. Baruch Hashem. This is the way to do. When you know it's not dough, you do it before to eat. Baruch Hashem. Toda rabba. Bezrat Hashem. Good luck. Laila Tov. We see you Yom Hamishi for the French speaker. And if you have any question, you have the groups, because now we have only one limud a week. So you have the groups to ask more about the halacha we have seen, about the parasha of the Shavua. So maybe Leslie Mood, we create more questions. So put in a group like this. Sometime if I cannot answer, the other rabbis will be available for you to answer. Laila Tov, Bezrat Hashem, and Shavua Tov u'mevorach.
Laila Tov.
Allah Tov.
Papa kitoko, oh papa. Salisa bana Congo, Nzambe aponi yo Bibundeli na biso, se Biblia. Na losambo, tolia mama sadai Nzambe aponi yo Salisa bana Congo, Nzambe aponi yo Lobi tozalaki na bongo na bandeko na biso loposo moindo